I am as the first speaker. My name is Metri Oli, and C, the second speaker, and then
Melchi Sofianti Maboy.
and the third speaker, and then is
Yestiana.
that's all from our group, and thank you. 1, 2, 3. Where is EFATA? Ada saya, ada. Where is EFATA? 1, 2, 3. EFATA go, EFATA go, EFATA yes, EFATA yes, EFATA yes, yes, yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am as the first speaker from proposition team. We're going to talk about the motion today. The motion today is this House believe that the implementation of the healthy protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19, and I agree with the motion today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will give a definition of what is healthy protocol. Healthy protocol is a rule or a determined the zone followed by all humans in order to doing the activity or study in COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that healthy protocol is not the main point to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic, but also will doing to another way. So, if we want to stop the effective of COVID-19 pandemic, we should to stop the infection of COVID-19 pandemic. Our healthy system of life have to drink or eat nutrient, doing a physical experience, other avoid also always have enough to take a rest. If also goal helps us to avoid ourselves from the infection of COVID-19. So I do believe or agree with the motion today. Decided the implementation of healthy protocol is not the main point is in preventing COVID-19, but also we do it by another. When I say that, ladies and gentlemen, I will answer with my argument. So I will become to my argument. Why I agree? No thanks. Why I agree or believe with the motion today? Because okay, thanks.
You're talking about the definition in health protocol as for minimize of the for the COVID-19. But I think you said like that, but why you agree for?
Yes, I really agree with the motion today.
Why you don't agree with that?
I really agree with the motion today because if we just follow the healthy protocol, but we did eat as well or drink nutrients left as well, the useful for healthy protocol is not working. And I think protocol health. I think protocol healthy protocol is not the main point to prevent COVID-19.
Your body is not good. I have a proof for the 5 protocol. For example, the wash your hand. My proof is Dr. Ahmad from the dental.com says that some after to say to someone when there's the first in his body and does not wear a mask and
Okay?
not clean not wear.
Okay, I understand about you. Are you sure that everyone can comply with healthy protocol? Did you know that we have and followed the healthy program what repair was here hands before entering or before in this room.
But I think because this we call it a health protocol.
Yes, if you and want to understand that I talking to you. I talking about. Are you sure that everyone can? I talking to you. If you sure about the healthy protocol is a good for is a good for is
But
a
it
good.
can minimize the spread of COVID-19.
Can you repeat again?
But it can minimize the spread of COVID-19.
If you sure, are you sure that everyone can?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm really sure.
Yes, if you sure, did you know that we have followed the healthy program?
Yes, I'm really sure that.
You are sure with me?
I'm very sure with your argument, but I.
Yes, if you sure with your argument, did you know that we have followed the healthy program?
No, I don't. I really agree with this 5 protocol is very good for us, but I don't agree with you about this. Thank you very much.
Okay, I will continue my argument. Ladies and gentlemen, why we agree with the motion today? Because if we just follow the healthy protocol, but we eat as well, drink nutrients and sleep as well. The useful for a healthy protocol is not working because COVID-19 pandemic because it's already infect our body. If just use a mask, wash the hand, wear off the stain, and using hand sanitizer, it goes well or safe from it the virus. So I do believe we demonstrate today decided the implementation of healthy protocol is not the main point prevent the COVID-19 pandemic. I really believe we demonstrate today. That's all for me. I thank you.
The first speaker from proposition team spent 8 minutes 2 seconds.
Thank you so much for the speaker. We will continue with the first speaker of opposition team. Your time is now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for your time. First of all, let me to introduce our team on this debate. My name is Aditoto. I'm the first speaker on the debate. In my right side is Maria Saran. She is the second speaker and also the speaker. And then in my right side too is Yongsan Amatan. He is the third speaker. We are from KRISTEN KAPAN Senior High School. Thank you very much for your attention. So, now let me to showing our ELL. Senior KRISTEN KAPAN Senior High School, the first, the best, the champion. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the time you gave me. I'm the first speaker on my team. And I want to give my argument for the proposition team. Our mission today is discussing that the implementation of health protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19. We still don't agree with this motion because today, there are no signs that the spread of the coronavirus will stop soon. The reason is there are still many patients in various regions in Indonesia who have tested positive for COVID-19. Therefore, the public is urged to comply with all health protocols in order to avoid transmission of the coronavirus. This means is the health protocol is wash your hands, using your mask, keep your distance, and adopt a healthy and clean lifestyle. So I think this is very good for us because we know this pandemic, the coronavirus, and from this pandemic can bring many impact and many bad impact for us. For example, from this pandemic COVID-19, we don't going to outside and doing socialist for our another person. And so I think this is not good because coronavirus is not good for us. And from this 5 health protocol, maybe don't scary to going to outside and to socialize to another person. For example, number 1, using your mask. If we have now the government brings one program and the program is new normal. And this program is very good for us because, for example, to the
If you say that the safety protocol is the main point, but why many persons are infected by the COVID-19, but they already follow the safety protocol? Can you explain to me?
Can you say again?
If you say that the healthy protocol is a main point, but why many persons are infected by the COVID-19, but they already follow the healthy protocol?
I get your point. I know your meaning. We know this pandemic and also all people in this country know this pandemic. And for example, you talking about the people in outside can influenced by this pandemic. So I think that's from the people, they not using this 5 protocol is good. Because why I say like this? Because the people that don't understand why they must do it like this. Are you understand what I mean? In the normal era, people must start adopting to new habits in order to maintain their health. In this case, the Indonesian Ministry of Health has estimated at least 5 health protocols. What this means is, this 5 protocol is using the mask and wash your hands and keep your distance. For example, now I have the proof from you just wash your hands. From the www.compass.com, Dr. Ahmad from the data added that some experts say that someone who carries the virus in his body and does not wear a mask, then the people around him have a 79% risk of contracting it because the saliva splashes on many objects. This data from Friday, December 5, 2020. The Indonesian Ministry of Health has administered at least 5 health protocols, for example, using your mask, keep your distance, and wash your hands, and others. So, what are the health protocols that must be adhered to? These are 5 health protocols that must be followed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Number 1, mountain hand hygiene. Please note the coronavirus is very easy to spread through physical contact, especially hands. I say like this because we don't know when this pandemic can over. For example, if you don't wash your hand and your hand is not clean. Yes, please.
I'm sorry.
Your eyes over. Excuse me. Your eyes over. Let me continue my argument. Using soap and running water is also a must. You can also use a hand sanitizer to ensure that your hands are really clean. The COVID-19 virus can be anywhere. Sticking to objects around us to most effective way to prevent transformation of the virus is to wash your hands frequently with soap. We know we must wash our hands with the soap because this is very important because from the soap can kill the virus and the bacteria. So I say like this because the COVID-19 virus can be anywhere, sticking to objects around us. The most effective way to prevent transformation of the virus is to wash your hands frequently with soap. Really use the washing hands with soap and running water is important. This is very, very important because if you wash your hands just using the soap and not using the water, that's not good. And going and killing the virus that causes our hands. Thank you very much. That's all mine. Thank you.
The first speaker from opposition spent 8 minutes 3 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the first speaker of opposition. Next, we go to the second speaker of proposition 10. Your time from now on.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all of the audience that joined in this debate today. So, I'm as the second speaker from the proposition team. I would like to give an argument about the motion today. But before that, I would like to rebuttal from the opposition team say that they don't agree with the motion today. The motion today about the implementing of health protocol is not the main point in preventing COVID-19. But for me, I really agree with the motion today because this health protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19 because there are still more important points than this the first point. Know how to reduce. Our intention here is to prevent transmission. The best way to this is to know that risks and avoid them, including by maintaining cleaning. Therefore, it is important to maintain cleanliness to avoid the virus. The next, second point. Know the correct information that point that the public must keep abreast of the development of information about the COVID-19 virus. Countries with many cases of the coronavirus have used new regulation to stop the spread. On the other hand, the public is expected the development of information about the COVID-19 virus. Countries with the many cases of the coronavirus have used regulation to stop the spread. On the other hand, our public is expected to be able to declare first information or house now clearly. This is because the art of communication supported by digital devices is often used by the spread of the first information. Always follow the last step. Yes.
You talk about the fact of the protocol is guarantee the prevention of the COVID-19. But
Sorry, I not thought about the highly protocol.
But in our motion today, we talk about the health protocol.
but I said the point of this motion speech.
But you must hear what I mean. You talk about that you agree with this motion. That is
Yes, I agree with the motion.
Implementation of health protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19. It's the same, so you don't agree with the rules from the government.
But implementing of health protocol,
You don't understand. I think I saw that you don't agree or you don't want to doing the rules from the government.
this protocol is not from the government.
No, this protocol given by the government for me doing. So I think that you don't understand my
But it's about their self to use the healthy protocol. It is about their self.
Yeah, let's talk about it. You thought that the healthy protocol cannot guarantee the minimize the spread from the spread of the COVID-19. But I think that with the healthy protocol, we can minimize the spread of the COVID-19.
Wherever the reason we will not agree with your question and we can still maintain of their argument. So I can continue my argument. Always follow the last information for the story will for a really sector that can be used generally. The 3 point. Know what do you when sick? Well, the coronavirus of COVID-19 is currently pandemic to the world. Is a nail tipe or virus, and it is first case with the thanks, China. At the end of last year's thanks, reporting from the main symptoms. Yes.
You talk about the new type people from the coronavirus of China. It will influence the other citizens of Indonesia if they don't run health protocol. So I still with my argument that health protocol is so much for minimize the spread of COVID-19.
But this is I follow the COVID-19. I follow the COVID-19. No, do sorry. I follow the COVID-19. Don't. I did. So your question is not better. Thank you. So I will continue my argument. Difficulty breathing or shortness of breath can spread running nose cause after 2 until 4 days of the virus incubation proven in the body. However, people do not need to faint when they feel themselves experiencing have symptoms because their symptoms are similar to the common cold. For the majority or people ever with COVID-19 forever. Therefore, you can do examination if the complaint persists of the company by difficult breathing. When visiting a health care facility, you should wear mask. you don't have a mask. Follow the correct ethics of coughing or sneezing by covering your mouth and nose with the
Your time is up.
product above or of the tissue. Healthy
Your time is
or
up.
the tissue is in place.
Stop.
That's all are from me as the second speaker from the proposition. I'm really agree with the motion today. Thank you.
The second speaker for proposition spent 8 minutes 10 seconds.
Thank you. Big applause once again for the speakers. Thank you. Okay, next we're gonna go to the second speaker of opposition team. Your time is now.
Thank you very much for the time just given to me. As the second speaker of the opposition team, I will add our argument about our disagreement with this motion today. But before I give my argument, I want to review the argument from the proposition team. The second speaker from the proposition team talked about the entry of the new type of coronavirus, and I think that it will not be spread if we follow the healthy protocol. So I think that with healthy protocol, we can minimize the spread of the new type from the coronavirus that by the cheek. I will give my argument. As the opposition team, we still not agree with this motion because in this situation, we need some rules for minimizing the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. As we know, this pandemic is so dangerous for ourselves, especially for our healthy and other people around us. With the implementation of the 5 healthy protocol, it occurs and help us to minimize the spread. My mind is when you go out from your house, when you go out from your place, outside from your place, and when you want to come back to your home, and you don't use the mask or you not washing your hands, it can bring bad impact because you can influence the COVID-19 for the another people in your home or another people around you. In this situation, we must do our activities for our needs. So, if we want to keep do our activities, we must in good condition. So, I absolutely don't agree with the motion that the implementation of health protocol is yes, please.
If you say that implementing of health protocol is the main point in preventing the COVID-19, but how about another person that not following to implementing of health protocol?
We talk about the other people that not following the healthy protocol.
Yes.
You know, in our country, have so many people, have the good people and have the bad people. So I think that we should have the rules from the government that we can look at wherever we
My question is how about another person that not following the information of healthy protocol? Please give me your solution.
You know, we have the rules from the government, and they put it wherever in the public place and wherever the state that we know. And I think that
Go on. Just continue. Remember your time.
but it's the data from the personal person. So I think that it is about the responsibility about the healthy protocol.
But not about the other person to follow the implementing of healthy protocol.
We talk about the person that follow the health protocol.
of healthy protocol?
It's about the dignity of people and about the responsibility by personal people. So as the second speaker in opposition team, we absolutely don't agree with this motion that the implementation of healthy protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19. Like you, we have the healthy protocol like the using the mask, washing your hands, keep the distance, stay away from the crowd, and limiting mobilization and interaction. This healthy protocol is more better because if someone wants to do activities in outside, they must follow the healthy protocol. For example, for the parents, if they want to fulfill their children's needs, they must work and make some interaction with others outside. So they can keep do this if they follow the healthy protocol. Because with healthy protocol, it can minimize the spread of COVID-19. So as the opposition team, we still don't agree with this motion because we think that the healthy protocol is better for us to minimize the spread of COVID-19. That's all for me.
Is there any arguments or finish? Finish, okay.
Okay, the second speaker from opposition spent 6 minutes 2 seconds.
Thank you so much, second speaker. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue to the third speaker to present your argument. Start from now.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am also the speaker from the opposition team. We're going to give an argument about the motion today. But before that, I would like to give argument to the side decided that reviewing the motion today about the implementing of healthy protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19. So I don't agree with the argument as my friend and second speaker stated. In that the healthy protocol is not the main point in preventing this COVID-19. So I will go and give an example why I agree that implementing of healthy protocol is not the main point preventing the COVID-19. The first is all institutions are private transmission. The best way to it is know the effect upon the good by maintaining cleanness. And the next, know the correct information. The point is the public must have of the development of the information about the COVID-19 virus. The next, know what the figure the coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic growth is new impact on health and it will get control in repeating for the mainly important of the virus from this period in the body for after field emotion period in the body. And the finale is take a wet and mean hard if you have fever or have improved beauty, take medical help and contact doctors for the directions of your local health office. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all about my examples of the implementation of healthy protocol is not
really believe and support my friends and my document that we will agree with the argument so that's all for me and the speaker and thank you.
We talked about the having of the main point. So, what is the main point of the argument for making the heading? We talk about the healthy passport is not the main point. So, what is the main from your argument for preventing the pandemic?
Sorry, you will repeat again.
We talk about the healthy passport is not main point. So, what is the main point from your argument for preventing the pandemic?
Your eyes stopped. So you may continue your argument. Do you still have any argument or something to say? No? Okay, thank you.
The third speaker from proposition spent 4 minutes 52 seconds.
Thank you so much for the first speaker of proposition 10. Well, we come to the third speaker of opposition 10. 8 minutes. Yours. Start from now.
Thank you very much for the time. As the first speaker, I want to talk to you and me. I strongly disagree with smoking because
I'm sorry for the audience. Please be quiet so we can hear the speaker say. Thank you so much.
because implementing of the health protocol is the key to preventing to spread of COVID-19. This method can be started from discipline in the house, especially if one of the family members is activities outside at the home. The awareness and role of the family members to protect each other by implementing the COVID-19 prevention protocol is very important. And then Russia, who is also the COVID-19 task force public communication team, relative the 5P law, the FT protocol include the kids and protocol that it will make a clean and hygienic living welfare and fashion clothing. This will reduce the burden of DSS not only COVID-19 in the community. In the normal era, people must start adapting to a new habits in order to handle their health. In this case, the Indonesian Ministry of Health has established a less healthy protocol that must be obvious so that the public can
PIP, if you say that implementing the health protocol is made point, so why many people are there?
can you repeat your question?
If you say that implementing the healthy protocol is main point, so why many people are dead?
It is because they can follow the healthy protocol. It's because they don't follow the healthy protocol.
How many people are dead?
Yes, it's because they don't follow the healthy protocol.
How many people are dead?
You cannot ask about it.
How many people are dead?
So many. Today, there are no say that the spread of the coronavirus will be stopped soon. And the reason is there are still many potential experienced scenarios in Indonesia who have tested positive. Yes.
Can you repeat again to me the answer before?
Answer for the question.
Yes.
Once again, your question. Repeat your question.
How many people are dead?
How many people are dead? Okay.
Please explain with me.
Because
No. Repeat again. How many people are dead?
because
No.
Kalau dia tarik dia baca begitu.
Your eyes stop.
Iya.
You may continue your argument.
that's all we need to do.
Okay. There's something to say again. The third speaker. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, the third speaker from opposition spent 5 minutes 47 seconds.
Thank you so much for the speakers. Now, let's hear the reply speaker from the opposition team. 4 minutes, yours. Start from now.
Thank you very much for the class and chance to give to me. As the reply speaker, I will give our little speech about our disagreement with this motion today. As we know, the health protocol is the rules from the government so we are told to do it. As we know, the health protocol we think that health protocol is the main point for us for minimize the spread of the COVID-19. The health protocol like using the mask, washing your hands, it can minimize the spread of the COVID-19 because when you go outside and when you come back to your home and you just sleep well or you just consume the nutrition, but you don't wash your not washing your hands or not using your mask, it can be population, it can be potential for
Ini dia
influence the COVID-19 for the
from their parents, like pay the transportation for their children that don't go to school, or buying the clothes for their children, or buying the media for their children, for can doing the online learning with children. They can keep doing it if they follow the healthy protocol, because with the healthy protocol they can minimize the spread of the COVID-19. And we have the proof according by the www.padk.kemkes.id that shows that the health protocol was successful to reduce the spread of this pandemic. So I think that it shows that with the healthy protocol we can minimize the spread of COVID-19. If we just sleep well or we just keep the distance but we don't washing the hands or not using our mask, it can potentially or spread the COVID-19 for the others. And then before your second speaker and the third speaker talk about the new type of the coronavirus. I think that it will not spread if we follow the health protocol. So I still make my point, I still make my argument that we still don't agree with this notion that the implementation of health protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19. That's all from me. Thank you.
The replay speaker from opposition spent 3 minutes, 8 seconds.
Thank you so much. Let's go on to the last speaker, reply speaker of the proposition team. Your time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm after the speaker. I want to give a summary about our argument with the motion today. It said this House believes that the implementation of the health protocol is not the main point in preventing the COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, the health protocol is not the main point to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic. So, if we want to stop the infection of COVID-19 pandemic, as we know, the healthy protocol is not the main point to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic, but also we're doing by another way. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to stop the infection of COVID-19 pandemic, we should to set our immune like always set to operate our healthy system of life.
Siap, laksanakan.
Like us have a drink or eat nutrient, doing physical experience. Other avoid also always have enough to take rest. It also could help us to avoid ourselves from the infection of COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe agree with the motion today that the implementation of healthy protocol is not the main point in preventing COVID-19, but also we doing by another. That's all for me, and thank you.
The speaker from opposition spent 2 minutes.
Thank you so much for the debaters. Big round of applause once again for that. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all about them. Thank you very much for your participation. Remain with the stage. Oke, berakhirnya pertarungan antara SMA Negeri EFATA dengan SMA swasta EFATA SOE.